All right, are you there?
I hear you.
And we are live on YouTube.
Oh, wow. How
Well,
fancy. Can you see me?
no, I cannot. Share your video with me.
Um, it says that. Okay, I see the light on my webcam. Do you see me now?
Yep, you're there.
Oh, I see
You're
myself in the
live with
corner
me on
too.
YouTube as well.
Hey,
So it may be lagging just a little bit, but it is up.
exciting. So I won't be able to see any of the comments that people make. So Sammy, you're in charge of that today.
Yep, I will work on that.
Okay.
I will work on that.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Let me
I'm
make
in my
sure.
finest blue throw blanket.
Awesome, good.
In my comfy teal scrunchie.
Hi, everybody on Upward Bound. How's it going? Um, we're we're doing something remotely today, so we're not together. So this is a new experience for us. Us a minute to get everything sorted out, and if something's not working, we will uh, try to get it working and try to fix stuff and whatnot. So it may be rough for a little bit.
We're all learning, being adaptable.
Exactly. Exactly.
But I do have my mug,
Yes.
which looks like donuts.
And I have mine, which is a Hufflepuff mug because Hufflepuffs are the best, and it's huge, but that's okay.
Today's Ravenclaw Pride Day, though. Hufflepuff
Yes,
Pride Day was like a few days ago. So,
I actually did not know that there were specific. Yes, Laura, Hufflepuff represent. Uh, I actually did not know that there were specific pride days for the different houses, so that's actually pretty cool.
yeah, I just saw it online, I think last year, and then I forgot all about it until I saw it again this year. And then I was like, oh, Ravenclaw's the last day. I guess it's a good thing that I saw this midway through.
I'm just sharing out the link so everybody who wants to watch can, in case somebody needs to find it. The link is.
No, that's fine.
You all should be able to get it now. Morning, Haley and Kendra. They're both here.
Yay, good.
Also, if I'm not looking at the screen, it's because I have two laptops open, so I'm reading your comments on one as I'm working on the stream on the other. So if I'm not paying attention to you, I am paying attention to you by looking away from you, just so you all know.
And if I look away, it's just because right now I'm just looking at like a blank screen. So, I'm not used to not seeing a face.
Yes. So we hope that everybody had a really great weekend. Um, we had a decent weekend, I think. At least I did. It was okay. I mean, it was whatever. Um, and so today, what we want to talk about is some mental health stuff um, to try to hold you guys over and get you guys through this time dealing with coronavirus and isolation at home. Um, yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about, and we're going to call it Treat Yourself because who doesn't like a Treat Yourself day?
I'm treating myself right now.
As mine.
Hmm.
Uh, anyway, so if you guys have questions or comments, like always, please message us in the comments. You can send us emails, stuff like that. My phone is ready to accept emails, and we'll answer any questions you have as we go. Um, but yeah, so uh, we're gonna start just by kind of talking about like what mental health is and why your mental health is important. Hi, Dylan. and why your mental health is important. So, do you want to talk about that, or do you want me to continue rambling, Christina?
Oh no, I can talk about it.
Go ahead.
So mental health is another aspect of your health, much like physical or emotional health. So you have your body, which obviously you have to keep going to live, but there's also, your mindset and keeping it healthy and making sure that you are, living your best life in a way. I was going to say that even though like we talk a lot about like mental illness and mental health only because it's been like a prominent issue that we've been seeing, and some of us have experience with that in the past and everything, but with your mental health, it's just important to keep it I guess in a good stable state. It's really hard when there's outside stressors that you can't control. And oftentimes people want to try to control the things that they can't. So when it comes to things like this coronavirus, it's important to keep in mind that you can only control what you can in your vicinity. You can only control like your surroundings, what you're doing, and not what other people are doing. You're not the governor, so can't do anything about that. But in order to do that, to keep yourself in a healthy, stable mindset, there's different tips and different methods that you can do to allow yourself to stay calm and relaxed. And then if you're finding yourself slipping into the point where you're feeling stressed or you're feeling a little panicked, there's also other coping strategies that you can do to keep yourself in check as well. Anything you want to add right now, Sammy?
No, I think that was overall like a pretty good summary of everything. It's really just making sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you're realizing that you do matter. That's really the big thing.
And I talked about this over the summer in our summer program a little bit, but for me, when I think about self-care and treat yourself, it's not necessarily just like the fun, like expensive things to do, but it's also about making sure that you're getting what your body and your mind needs on a regular basis. So making sure that you get adequate sleep on a regular basis, that you're eating, 3 meals a day, couple snacks if you need that you are, maybe limiting screen time so your eyes don't hurt. Like there's all these different things that you need to do for your body. Oh, showering is important. Just like these things that keep your body feeling good, which in turn keeps your mind feeling good. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's a bit of an echo on your end.
No.
So I'm going to play with the video a little bit. So everybody, Christina will be back here, and she's still here. I'm just going to play with this a tad as we talk. So we're going to keep going and whatnot.
Do you want me to keep talking while you're playing with the video?
No, I'm just going to remove you and then add you back in real quick.
Oh, okay.
So one sec, Christina. So for everybody else that's here, what we want to do is we want to talk about specific things that we do or that we have heard people do or that have been recommended to us via counselors or other professionals who have strategies or things to help you manage your mental health. And mental health can be stress levels, it can be anxiety levels, it can be a variety of things. So we're just going to talk about all of that. And Christina, you are now back.
Cool. I think the crackliness is gone on my end too.
Perfect. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So we just want to talk about different strategies that we use to manage anxiety, stress, and everything else. So I'm going to start with one, and it's probably the most obvious and one of the hardest ones to do given all the restrictions that we have right now, and that is to maintain normalcy and some kind of routine and schedule in your life. right now, everybody's life is completely changed. It's altered in every way possible. There's so many things that are different. And you're not waking up at the same time. You're probably not going to bed at the same time. Your eating habits are probably really weird. Your parents' work schedule could be weird. School is now weird. Sports are now gone. I mean, there's just a million things that are now different from what it used to be. And that's obviously an issue because it disrupts your entire pattern. So during this time, try to keep as many of those things as normal as you can. I know that you kind of have the freedom to go to bed at 1 or 2 in the morning, but if you used to go to bed at 11 o'clock, still go to bed at 11 o'clock. If you used to wake up at 7:30 every day or at 7, wake up around the same time. We don't want you guys to have these really weird schedules where you're waking up at like noon on one day and it's completely disrupting everything you do. If you used to go for a run, I'm a big runner, you should still be going outside and going for a run or going for a walk. If you used to play sports, you can go to a basketball court by yourself and shoot hoops, or you can dribble a soccer ball by yourself or something. Stay active in those same ways. Don't spend more time watching TV. Don't spend more time online. Try to do exactly what you used to do. Do you have anything you want to add to that, Christina?
No, I think people think that when it comes to social distancing, that means you have to be a hermit. And I mean, it depends on like, if you're sick, then be a hermit. But if you are feeling good, go out and just be safe about it. You can take walks, like Sammy mentioned, and do these outside activities. Some people are like really into hiking, and they're taking full advantage of that right now. They're like, I've got time, I'm gonna go hike. That's not for me, but that's okay. I mean, if you feel like you can't do some of those, like maybe you're involved in sports and you can't do group sports right now. You can still modify those activities so they're still enjoyable, for you, like dribbling by yourself or just set up like a challenge for yourself if you're like a competitive person, and just try to like beat yourself that way, because maybe you're not going against other teams, but you can just like strive to do your best at home.
True.
or out in the field. So
True. So we have a question from Haley, and she just wanted to know general like COVID-19 information. She asked how to prevent you getting the virus and a little history. So I'm just going to say, number one, we are not health professionals. I am not going to go into detail about this. Please go to the World Health Org website or the CDC website, and they will have more information on this. And please listen to only health websites. Do not listen to other people who claim to be professionals or government people. Listen only to health officials. In like a 10-second summary, it's a virus that started in China and is now spreading around the world. And the best way to prevent getting it is follow all of the recommendations of the government, as in staying inside, not being in large crowds, washing your hands.
Don't touch your face.
Don't touch your face. Just doing smart things and limiting your contact with other people. And that's really the best way to avoid getting the virus. And if you have to go outside, which people do, to go get groceries or to get the mail, after you do those activities, wash your hands as soon as you can. And it's just being smart in that kind of way and doing those kinds of things. So that's really the best way to avoid getting the virus. But again, as we said, that does not mean to become a hermit inside of your apartment or house. Go outside, do the physical stuff you used to do. Just wash your hands.
And you can still talk with your friends and everything. I have a lot of friends who live, not in this area. So I'm already used to video chatting with them, like on a regular basis anyway. Because if one of my best friends lives 6 hours away, I don't really get to see her in person. So there's different methods. Even if you're used to seeing like your friends on a regular basis, you can still talk to them digitally.
True.
They said my echo's worse.
I know. I'm playing with your sound settings on my end a little bit through this, and hopefully we can figure out exactly how to make it work. Again, people, we're working on it. I'm going to play with the sound, and hopefully that does something. And then just, yeah, so that's pretty much about the virus. Just make sure you're being safe. If you are having symptoms like a dry cough and a fever, please
Call your doctor.
Yeah, please just call your doctor. That would just make it so much better. Yeah. So back to treating yourself and coping strategies and whatnot. So keep that normalcy in your life. Keep that routine. Make sure that you aren't losing that part of your life, because it is a big part of your life.
I want to add something.
Go ahead.
If you read a lot of things because you're anxious, limit yourself. I mean, knowledge is power, but it can also stress you out. So what they've been recommending, from what I've read online, because I read a lot, try to limit yourself 3 times a day, because that way you won't get inundated constantly, and you can focus your attention at one point 3 times a day on the pertinent updates that are from the CDC or from the government.
Exactly. There's something called media saturation, and it's just when you have too much media, and that comes again, do not listen to the media on all of this. Listen to the health experts only, and make sure you are limiting it, because on a normal day, would you all check the news 20 times? No. So that's not part of your normal routine. Stick to that normal routine. I usually check the news once in the morning and then usually sometime at night. If that's what you used to do, stick with that same patterns during this time. Do not add all this extra stuff, because it's going to increase your anxiety, and that's really an issue. So another thing to think about or to keep in mind, Christina mentioned it, was keep talking to your friends. You can do what we're doing right now, where we're doing a video chat with somebody. I mean, Christina lives across the hall from me, but we're not seeing each other, and we're doing only video or phone call type of things. You can do the exact same thing. Skype is a free program that you all can use in order to do this. I believe Zoom has some free stuff as well.
Yeah. Google Hangouts.
Yep, Google Hangouts if you just want to like talk, or just video, or just voice checks. I don't think you can do more than 2 people on Google Hangouts. Becky said yes, they do. So Zoom does have a free one. Thank you, Becky. So there are all these ways in order to do it. My dad went over to my grandma's house. My grandma lives alone now, and she's got a chair that she sits in that's right next to like a double sliding glass door. And so my dad went over and stayed outside and sat outside on her porch and called her. And they talked for an hour and a half with this glass door between them. So, like, I'm not saying go and do that, but there's ways to see people that is from a distance, that has a barrier between you, where you can still talk. And you can still see your parents in person. There's no reason that you can't, if you really need a hug, give your mom or dad a hug, or your sibling a hug. If you guys are sitting on the couch with your family, that's fine, because your family should be in isolation just like you are. And having those supports is incredibly important. And we are also one of your supports. If you all need someone to talk to, or you just need questions answered, or you're feeling anxious, you can always message any of the advisors, Becky or Lisa, and all 5 of us will respond and talk you through whatever you need to do, and help you feel more comfortable, or give you the resources to help you figure out what you need to do to feel more comfortable. So please contact us if you need something.
Yeah, I like talking to my students. I miss them. So
I miss them too, quite a lot. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just cognizant that I might be echoey, so I'm like a little afraid to speak. What I was going to mention is that when it comes to, this whole social distancing and the versus like isolating, when you are already experiencing like a mental health issue, oftentimes people isolate themselves anyway, and the way that they cope is to go be social with others. So I can understand that if that's one of your coping strategies right now and it's sort of being removed, that can be a difficult thing. Something I've talked about with my students is that sometimes the coping strategies that you develop for yourself, sometimes they have to adapt and change to a new situation. And like Sammy had mentioned, this is completely new for everyone. So sometimes the things that worked best for you in one way aren't going to work best for you now. So I know that, like, for myself, there are certain strategies that I've had to use in the past that I've tried to use now, and they didn't really work that great. So I was upset about it, but then I tried to modify my strategies to feel better and, reach out to my family members and talk to them and see what they could do. My older sister is a school psych, so she gave me some nice advice. Used that, felt better. But I just had to modify my normal coping strategies. So
We had three comments. So Andy said that he finds that getting out of the house is very relieving, and the fresh air is awesome as long as you can go by yourself. Or again, if you want to walk with a sibling, that is totally fine, because they should be in isolation with you, so they should be safe to be around. Lisa said that her dog has been getting a lot of walks these past few days, and that her dog is very happy that Lisa is home. I'm sure cats are a little upset that they don't have as much free time as they used to have. And then Peyton finished another Netflix show, which is no surprise, as did I, Peyton. Probably very different shows, though. Okay, so other coping things that you can do or other anxiety relieving things.
hobbies.
Yes. So do you want to talk about hobbies before I go into what I was going to talk about?
Yeah, because I have examples of hobbies that I have. So we, as a person who enjoys like artistic pursuits, I find that those types of hobbies give myself a lot of comfort. So I will cross stitch, or I have like the little dot painting stuff, or currently my boyfriend is making perler bead keychains. That's how he's de-stressing. Like literally right now he's making keychains. I know that like Andy enjoys, refinishing pieces to make them more beautiful, like of wood and furniture and things like that. Sammy doesn't do as many like artistic pursuits, but he has his own hobbies that give him comfort and joy as well. Would you like to talk about yours, Sammy?
Playing with trading cards for 10 hours straight and going slightly insane. That is my stress reliever. No, so I read, I write,
Reading.
I do a lot of writing, and writing is very lethargic.
Cathartic?
Sorry, yes. If y'all need to just get something off your chest and just like get something out, whether it's, this whole situation going on or just in your normal life, a breakup or stress with your family or with friends or fears, writing is a really good way to do that just in general. Christina and I both majored in creative writing back in college. We both have written quite a lot. She's a poet. I don't like poetry. And I'm a nonfiction person and a fiction writer. And I really, really love that. And so when I'm feeling stressed, or there's a situation in my life that I just can't get past, I will often write a short story about that situation, and just kind of, it turns into word vomit almost, which means you just kind of write endlessly until everything is out and it looks like vomit on the page because it's just horribly written, and then you go back and you edit it afterwards, and you make it better. But it's a way to get out all the things that maybe you don't know how to put into words, or at least you don't know how to like verbalize, so you just kind of write it all out, and that gets out your anxieties and your fears, and then you can also reread that and reflect and think, wow, that's how I was really feeling, or that's how that's really affecting me. So writing is a really, really good way to do it. I'm doing it. I actually did it last night for 4 hours. I'm going to do it today after I run. So it's just a really great thing to do. I also play a lot of online trading card games, big into Magic and Harry Potter and stuff. So if you have those gaming communities, this is your prime. Online makes it so easy to play so many games. There's free apps you can download. There's free websites that have games you can play. If you're a D&D person, you can do D&D campaigns all day long because it's all over audio if you want it to be over audio. So gaming is a really great way to also escape into an entirely different world and de-stress. So
Music.
Oh, yep, music is a good one too. Do you still have the uke nearby?
Oh, can you get the uke?
So I have my piano. I've got my keyboard that I play on. Christina's boyfriend has this wonderful instrument that he bought, or that she bought him for Christmas.
No, for his birthday. It was yesterday.
That's right. Sorry.
Beautiful. Look at that green.
So if you're an instrument person, like by all means, please like escape into music, escape into whatever creative field you need to escape into to de-stress. And then when you're ready and you're in a good mental state and you've gotten over whatever you had to get over, or you've processed through whatever you had to, return to the important thing like homework or babysitting or whatever it happens to be.
And maybe your form of stress relief is that physical activity that we talked about. And even if you can't go outside, if you're not feeling great, you can still do like modified exercise activities in your home. Using your own body weight or using like cans of vegetables. Like there are ways that you can still, get the stress out and still be physical. So.
Exactly. Also, Laura had a comment, and she said that she's planning on doing some sort of project every week, like painting something or writing a song. I love the writing the song part. I would love to hear it. And she says, I feel like having something to show for every week that goes by will make it seem not as long.
I love that. I love that idea.
I love that too. That is fantastic.
It also makes me think about the Renaissance period because like that was a time where there was so much like amazing artistic growth in all different fields. But before that, like there was all of this sickness and this death and like all of this sadness. And, I think that when people are challenged, they can really come up with really cool creative things that are innovative. So even though it is a stressful time, you can channel that challenge into something that is innovative.
Exactly. So I've been talking about this a lot recently. Because I do a radio show. We've been talking about large victories and how we always see like that large victory as like the thing that really matters. But there's a lot of small victories that lead up to that point, and those small victories matter just as much as the big one. And you should really like focus on those. And that could be completing one project every week. Maybe you set up something that is you want to create like this huge art collage by the end of 2 months from now. And so every week you do one different painting or drawing, and then you put it all together. All of those mini victories are amazing, and they're really empowering, and they make you feel like you can finish this out. And maybe you don't reach the big goal and you fail that big goal, but then you have 8 small goals that you have accomplished, and that speaks volumes more than just that one big thing. So lots of times those little things matter. And yes, happy birthday to Alex.
Thanks.
Is it Alex Webster? Oh, that Alex. Sorry, I was like, Alex Webster? Christina's Alex, I'm sorry.
One of my students said happy birthday to you.
I think it was Andy, actually.
Oh,
yes.
Andy did. Thank you, he says.
And so as Christina and I are rambling, if you guys have any coping strategies that you use or anxiety relievers that you want to talk about, please feel free to post them in the comments, and we'll bring them up and talk about them too. I love what you guys have said so far, and I really do want to hear your song, Laura, when you're done, because I really do enjoy listening to anything artistic that is made by somebody from the area. I think it's incredible.
For sure. This is something we probably didn't think about until just now. So also maybe you like want to do something that's relaxing for yourself. There's lots of like do it yourself like skincare masks and like scrubs and things that you can make out of everyday items that are like vegetable oil and sugar and things like that. So if you go on Pinterest or you just look up different like recipes, you can sort of have like a spa day for yourself, or you can do it with your siblings, and that can be like a fun activity to do.
Yes. So Andy also brought up this is a great time to go on college websites and do virtual tours, which we talked about the other day. There are some links on Facebook for all of that, so please feel free to go on to that. And then he also said you can set a goal to look at one college a day or a week. Don't overstress yourself out. If you want to just look at one a week, that is totally fine. If you want to do 2 or 3 a week, that's fine too. Make sure, again, that you're not overloading yourself. Do whatever you can do. And if you want to set up a schedule with your advisors where like we walk through, these are the colleges you should visit on this day, this is it for that day, then we can set up that schedule for you. We can kind of guide you along in that process. So reach out to us and we will help you set all that up. And Laura, you have to dare greatly. Laura said that she might share the song if she can muster up the confidence. So another really great thing that you can do that I love and it helps me to relax is I love watching TED Talks, because TED Talks are one of the most amazing things in the world. You just go to TED, I think it's just TED.com. It might be like TEDTalk.com or TEDx.com, I'm not really sure.
YouTube too.
Yeah, they're all over YouTube. It's all free, and what TED Talks are, they're professional talks given by people all over the world, really, who just have something that they're passionate and they want to talk about. And there's this amazing TED Talk person. I should be her spokesperson at this point, she should pay me. But her name, she really should. I talk about her all the time. Her name is Brené Brown. It's like Brené, but with a B on the front. And she's a research storyteller, psychologist from Texas. And she is absolutely incredible. And she talks about how vulnerability is the source of everything that you're going to do in life. And you need to be vulnerable and be willing to put yourself out there if you want to tackle anything in life. If you want to do something new, if you want to move up in the world in terms of your position, I mean, if you want to join a team, you have to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to dare greatly. I cannot say it as eloquently as she can because Brené Brown is just like a goddess. But she has really great TED Talks about vulnerability. And Laura, how you need to be vulnerable in order to grow and showcase your work. And I love this one quote that she talks about from Teddy Roosevelt, or Roosevelt as she says. And what the quote essentially is if you're not in the arena marred by like blood and sweat, and you're not fighting for something, and you're not putting yourself out there, you don't necessarily have the right to criticize other people and to tell people how to live. So get into the arena, jump out there, and put yourself out there and join us, because we're in the arena. We do it for work all the time. We do it for our personal ventures. Everything that we do, join us. It's a lot of fun. But you're going to get beat up, but that vulnerability and just jumping out there is just so beautiful. Listen to Brené. She's amazing. She'll make you cry. She'll make you laugh. Both of us have cried and laughed.
Oh yeah. It's great. I've read her books too.
Yeah, her book's fantastic. She also has a Netflix special, which is also fantastic. And these are just really great ways to kind of relax and de-stress and listen to professionals.
Yeah. They got the degrees. They've done the research. They got picked to speak on the TED programs.
Right.
Actually, one of my old coworkers, she has a TEDx that has like
really
30,000. Yeah, she talked all about nonviolence.
Huh.
So That was pretty exciting to have someone I used to work with actually give a TEDx presentation.
That is really
Quite the
cool.
honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do we have any other questions or comments?
Haley said that she was successfully able to clean her room and her sister's room in one day.
Wow.
Oh wow, it's already past 10:30. Wow, that went by really fast.
Yeah.
We can stay on and we can chat a little longer if anybody has questions that you want to ask or just has comments about what you do to de-stress and how you treat yourself in this time. We'll stay on for another like minute or two if we don't hear any more comments. And then we'll be back tomorrow as well with, I think tomorrow is communication we're going to talk about and how to talk to your teachers effectively and stuff like that.
Yeah. Something I did was I cleaned my makeup brushes. That actually was relaxing for me.
Yeah. Which, so
it's mundane.
Well, no, yeah. So that brings up a really good point. Just because, and you may think that whatever is relaxing you is mundane or may seem dumb or other people may not think it's cool or whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as it helps you, that's all that matters. So as long as it makes you feel better, it does not matter what other people think about it. If it makes you happy, if it makes you less stressed, do it.
Make sure it's healthy for you.
Well, yes. And something else that I want to add as well is you may hear controversial statements about this time that we're living in terms of like the isolation and the requirements and the virus and everything. And if somebody tells you like you shouldn't be feeling anxious or you're dumb for feeling anxious or why are you scared or anything like that, ignore them because other people do not get to decide how you feel. And if you are feeling anxious or you're feeling scared, that is totally fine. That is a normal human reaction and you're allowed to feel it. Do not listen to whatever crap somebody's telling you on how to feel.
That's a very good point, Sammy. I think it's important to remember that like all emotions are valid and just part of life. Like when we talk about minimizing anxiety, it doesn't mean that the stress that exists necessarily goes away. You can still feel sad or still be upset. It's just about making sure it doesn't overtake your life, overtake your day, overtake everything that you're doing. It's just no one is going to be 100% happy all the time, especially during stressful situations. So it's just about managing those stressful situations so you can feel a sense of comfort and peace.
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna kind of wrap this up. Laura asked Christina and I, and you all in the comments are doing it too, which is fantastic, and I love it. Keep giving her ideas. So Laura said, both of you give me a random noun, and I'll try to write a song about whatever they are. So do you want to give her a random noun, and I'll give her a random noun? So far we have maple syrup, we have strength, we have sweet.
I had hippo.
All right, there you go. You got hippo and and I will stick. No, I'm gonna go with water. No, yeah, water.
That's very like artistic. So water can be used very in many different ways. Just listen to Florence and the Machine. All their songs are about water.
I was actually gonna say Avatar: The Last Airbender, but that was a 4-word thing, not a single word thing, so I wasn't able to use it. But yeah, that's where water came from because I'm a waterbender. Okay, so with that, I have nothing else unless you do, Christina.
No, I don't think so. I mean, just contact us. I would love to be able to have a conversation with my students. Or even if you're not like my normal, advisee, if you still want to chat with me, I'm around.
Yeah, we're all around, and we're here working all day anyway. Please contact us and chat. Even if it's just random stuff, we're happy to chat with you. But yeah.
That's all I have.
Yeah, that's all we have. So thanks y'all for tuning in to Tea at 10 today. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully the audio has gotten better as we've gone along. I'm learning this program as we go. But tune in tomorrow at 10. We probably won't be able to post the link again until 10 o'clock just because of how this program works. But we will be here tomorrow. So talk to you then. Contact us later today if you have questions or just want to chat. Stay safe. Be kind to each other.
Stay warm.
Yes, and stay warm. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.